Thank you.
Clearly
Nice to
you're
meet you.
not very tired, or you're so tired that you're so
I don't know what
energetic.
tired is anymore. I have a 6-week-old keeping me up. Yes. So anyway, let's move on.
So I was wondering,
No, please, somebody, please
I was
go.
just going to say, what can we expect from next season?
I think, this is season 5 of like the best kick-ass sidekickery. I like to say that Hank is more of the physical presence, and Wu has become the cerebral presence. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why like last year I came out, I had like long coats. You know what I mean? Because you want to look as badass and cool as possible. And then you sort of call Wu and you say, hey Wu, have you decoded the thing? What's the, that substance that's in the film that we found? And he's like, see my Wu brain, and let me go to the computer, and then I'll tell you what it is. And we're like, all right, great. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go back and kill some more, creatures. I don't know if that answers your question, but.
If it could be either a Grimm or a Western, what would be in it?
Oh no, he would be a Grimm. I'd be a profiler. I'm the one going out and, killing people. Or, creatures. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, that's, he would, he would be a Grimm, and he'd have, like, some really cool, like, battle axes and, like, nunchucks. You know what I mean? And I think he would do all of his profiling, obviously, at night. It's like dark on dark. You know what I mean? Anyway. It's like a ninja, it can't be seen, you know what I mean? I wouldn't smile. But yeah, I definitely would be Grimm. And because see, the thing about Hank, I think it's all about like attitude, you know what I mean? Like when you're watching like certain movies, right, when you get into like the characters, it's about their walk, it's about their delivery, it's about clothes. Like remember like in like The Matrix, like Neo had the long coat and shit. And then Lawrence Fishburne here, they all had the long coat with the glasses, and they just had like cool, shit, you know what I mean? Like, and then you like say as little as possible, and because the mood is set with the camera. And then I just like come in and like chop somebody's head off, and then like and I'd like have like this like nice little menacing cool stare. Like I did that. I came, I conquered. That's what would happen.
So is it very easy for you to get into the role of being a badass?
Well, I was just telling the guys over there, it's like. Okay, this is Russell. This is Hank. Hank is basically like an alter ego of Russell. It's sort of, because it's basically if Russell were able to walk around like a badass all day, that's Hank. You know what I mean? Like, you walk around like, when you think about it, Hank doesn't lack for confidence. Russell does, So it's like he just walks around like, hey, he got a badge. He's got his Roscoe. I mean, we all know you got a badge and a gun, you a bad motherfucker. So, and the other thing is when you look at movie characters over versus film characters generally, right? Especially when you're talking about leading men or supporting men, right? Generally, for film, they are more character-based generally, and then when you look at television, they're more personality-driven, right? So, because you have to be able to sustain those characters for a long period of time. So unless it's like a serious like character that you're playing, sort of something that has a physical something or, it's a mask, it's basically another variation of who you are. Right, I mean, so that's what you see when you watch television shows, right? And he might have a general affect, like his voice might change his voice or something like that. But it's basically part of who I am. You have to be able to get to it every week,
Specific about Hank that
Well, yes. I mean, again, Hank has a lot more freedom. Freedom of. I free Hank up a lot. Again, he's able to say and do the things that Russell can't, to be truthful. You know what I mean? And, again, the way he walks, the way he talks things, the way he comments on things, his looks, how he sort of views the world, is basically him without any inhibitions. You know what I mean? That's Russell without any inhibitions, not really caring about anybody. I mean, as a Russell, I have to go through the world like, please, thank you, I'm sorry, no. You know what I mean? As Hank, it's like, hey, I'm a cop. Hey, you know what I mean? Deal with it. you know, and that adds to the badassery, which is not a word, but you know what I mean. And I think, but I think that helps the character, you know what I mean. And again, when you're talking about a character who has very little to say as it stands on the screen, that's why the physical presence is so important. Again, that's why the clothes that he wears, how he walks, things like that, it all becomes about a look versus a word. Those are those snatches, and that's how he comments on a lot of the scenes. You notice the buttons on the scene is about his reaction to what's happening, because the words, you know, there's no need for words. You know what I mean? So I hope that helps and answers your question.
Are we going to see his reaction to what happened to Juliet at the end of the last season?
Yeah, I mean, she's dead.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you know, the thing is, it's like there's been this long journey that they've been through with Juliet. So it's like, I think right now it's hard for Hank to have an emotional connection right now to her being gone, because they've been through so much when she's been on sort of the dark side, if you will. And so now it's just sort of more of this menace. You know, is gone. You know what I mean? More so than anything else right now. And I think possibly as maybe as Nick starts to grieve, and if they deal with that, if he has to be there while he's dealing with that, then I think you may see Hank sort of deal with it as well.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you
Thank you guys so much.